dropped all charges, but he said, I'm going to hold you as a witness. And he finally had talked with this lawyer down in Killeen, which we had met. A very lovely person, he and his wife, are excellent people. And they had a beautiful home, you know, heated swimming pool and all that. And he was an ex-lieutenant colonel, retired. And so we stayed down there over a month. And this was much better than any of the others had. And I was very thankful because these people were exceptionally nice and they became my friends. Then they brought me up to Waco again because I had already gone once before the grand jury. But they said, well, you have to come again before the grand jury. And they set the date, the day after the fire. Fire was on a Monday and the grand jury was a Tuesday. And when the fire came on the scene, they never did pick me up to go to the grand jury, but they transferred me to the halfway house. After I was there for a few weeks, one day they just came in and said, you can pack and leave right now. I said, look, I have to call somebody, and because they did not like you to stay over. And they did allow me to stay over another night because I could not get in touch with the people that was going to take me in. And then I did go to their house and stay with them. Finally, her brother was coming, and they had moved into a smaller house, and I knew they needed the room, so I had already met Mark. And I went down and asked him if it would be all right if I moved in. He said, well, I'll have to. I asked him how much he would charge me if I moved in. He said, well, I'll have to think about it. But some of the others had told me he doesn't charge you, and that's why I didn't go down there. I didn't want to feel like I was imposing on him. But anyway, I did move into the Brittany. It was a very home-like hotel, and he had the foresight where he wanted to take and make that hotel a very interesting place for people that came to Waco. And we talked extensively about what he wanted to do there and how he thought the land that we had, Mount Carmel Center, should be used and set up. And I agreed with him because I would like very much to see a museum set up there, but a different kind of museum. Well, now Mark lost the hotel because he had to go into bankruptcy, and when he was having the hotel, having them come in to sell it, to have it auctioned off, the IRS stepped in and said, everybody leaves but Mark, this is over, there will be no auction. And so they talked with him and told him that he owed $14,000 in taxes. This he didn't even realize. But the taxes was for the people who had helped him when they lived there, helped him keep the place running, because he had lost his customers. Many people would not come in because we were there, because they didn't know what we were. They were afraid of us. After a while, it became better known that we weren't going to attack anybody. And then we had a lot of people coming in talking to us. Yes?
Could you describe what impact David Koresh had on your life from the first time you met him up until the Holocaust?
Well,
as a human being?
Well, he changed my thinking. He changed my ideas. I have a broader sense of what's going on. I have received an education that you could not receive in a university. And everyone there received the same kind of education. He was always trying to get the men to realize that if you have a microphone, you should understand how it works. If you have a car, you should understand what makes it run. He believed in people knowing as much as was possible for them to know. Does that help answer your question?
As far as the spiritual impact, do you treat him as a fellow earthling, or as a spiritual teacher, or as a...
He told us that many times. He'd say, now, I am not above you. We are all on the same level. There is no one here higher than anyone else. There is no one here that can go around and give orders to anybody. And so he said the day will come when things will change. But right now, there's no one that's... They used to talk about the lieutenants and the ones higher and closer to him. Everybody was close to David. Yes?
I have a question about the seven seals. Was he just reading from the Bible, or was he interpreting something that anybody else could do, or was he sort of felt he was enlightened about it?
When he took the book and opened it, he's the only one that could open it. He's the only one that could explain it. Many people have tried to explain things in Revelation. And I'm sorry.
Catherine, you just had too big a week, that's all.
I think so.
She was at our house on Sunday, and she was bright and shiny and not worn down like she is today. But you're doing great. You know, these are the things we never dreamed we'd have an opportunity to hear. And it's such a privilege to have you here.
Thank you.
I want you to know that your trip has been completely successful.
Thank you very much.
Do you feel great?
Yeah, I don't feel too great. I do want you to know that we have cards with my address on it. If you want a seal, you don't have them?
I have some of these.
Yeah, okay. These will be passed out to you.
Yes. This is good.
No, I'm going to have to lay down.
Yeah, put your head down.
She's going to have to lie
Sit down,
down.
put your head down. Put your head down.
We have help for her, and I know she will be all right. All she needs is some rest and some peace of mind. She knows she's going to be called as a witness, but apparently they're not focusing on her anymore. The first time I saw Catherine was on the TV, and she was standing in front of the judge, this gentle little woman with handcuffs on her arms and shackles on her ankles and the chain up around her waist. Now, why anybody in any jurisdiction would feel that they had to treat this gentle 77-year-old woman like that inside a courtroom? Why, we don't do that to the murderers. And here all she did was to try to deliver a tape that David wanted the world to hear. And now she has it, and she has this that David has written, and it is